Hey everyone, welcome back to Feed the Beast Unleashed! Last episode we left off, we made this giant steel tank here from Railcraft. We also started making some lava thanks to a magma crucible underneath it. But I'm actually thinking about replacing that later on with a lava fabricator, but we'll get to that some other time. Today, I actually want to work on this, our nuclear reactor, plus I'd like to get it moved and start working on our industrial craft 2 room. But first, before we do that, I actually want to do something I've been meaning to for a while now, and that is get a helmet. I might actually even upgrade my advanced nano chest plate up to some more modular power suit armor. Alright, so let's actually get into the right place. Let's go to our item subsets down to mod and our machine-used modular power suits. Now, what I've went ahead and already did is I already made up some patterns for a lot of these modules. So that way we don't have to like speed craft or any of this. We can just quickly craft it up through our network or our system here. So we're just going to go ahead and make ourselves up a helmet and a chest plate. Nice and easy. Perfect. Alright, so advanced nano chest plate, it's been fun, but I think it's time for a little upgrade. Oh, that looks cool. I like the way that looks. It's awesome. Probably gonna keep my long fall boots though, just because I kind of like them. Then I don't think the boots really have anything that I want. The boots, I believe, have the shock absorber and like a jet boost, and of course they have like armor on them too, but I think I'm happy with the long fall boots. They don't make any noises either, so pretty cool. I like that. Alright, so let's see what we're gonna need. Probably gonna want some armor on these, so I'll probably grab a couple energy shields, at least on 2 pieces. So that's gonna be 4 force field emitters at least. I know I can have 3. I can put 1 on my leggings, but I don't want to get like too overpowered. Binoculars. Ooh, that sounds pretty cool. Night vision, and we'll save some of that for later. Flight control, I might actually make one of those, we'll see. A clock and compass. That's kind of cool. I might actually make that. That seems pretty neat. Alright, so we're gonna need a compass, a clock, some control circuits, probably about 3 control circuits, 4 energy shields. What am I going to need for my jetpack? We're going to need 4 ion thrusters. Alright, let's do these one at a time. Let's make it a little bit easier on us. A cooling system. Cools down heat-producing modules quicker. That sounds like something I would definitely want. Eye of Ender, control circuit. Alright, let's see. Let's see about getting those ion thrusters first. So as you can see, I got these guys set up for us all ready to go. Alright, so we're going to need 4 of those. Craft them for me. Alright, so as you can see, it's making our force field emitters. Making us up some wiring, it looks like. Awesome. So we got 1 made up so far. Let's go ahead and craft 4. Let's do 6 of these control circuits, just to be safe. What else do we want to make up? Alright, while that's making up, let's actually see. Oh, out of ender pearls. Alright, I can solve that real quick. Grab us some iron and ender pearls. Let's grab a couple stacks. There we go. Alright, good. Went ahead and started resuming without me. And what was I going to make? Oh yeah, a clock. So we're going to need some gold. And some redstone. There we go, a clock. Now if I replace that with iron, we should get a compass. Yep, there we go, perfect. Alright, so how are we doing on resources? We need copper cables. Do we have rubber? Uh-oh. We're a little low on rubber. Alright, that's fine. We have a lot of sticky resin, and I don't mind doing this right now, because I got plenty of it. We'll use charcoal and our minium stone, make up some rubber. like I said, I'm not too worried about it, but I definitely want to get my extractor hooked up soon. This is one of the reasons why I want to get my IC2 room up and running. Alright, so there we go. You should be able to make me up some cables with that, right? Yep, it's still going good. Alright, so it should be just about done. How are the control circuits looking? Looks like you are out of copper cables yet again already? Seriously? Oh, do I need to make those up? I thought I had a recipe for that already. I guess not. Alright, we can make that real quick. Hold on. Blank patterns, we're gonna need some more of those. Make them for me. Thank you. Put you in there, and oops, not you. Whoops, get that out of there. Where would that be at? We could get some from there, right? I guess, does it really matter? I think I'll just do it myself. I don't really trust the fact that it's flip-flopping between both of those, so I'll just kind of do my own here. There we go. Alright. Ah, perfect. Now it's automatically crafting. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, so how's everything looking in there so far? Looks like it's kind of slowed down. Alright, there we go. Now it's starting to go. So we're waiting on you. Alright, so it's got 3 so far. We got our control circuits there. And I'm probably going to want another 4 of those. We'll get those crafting as well. You missing something, or are you just... I thought I put like plenty of CPU power in this thing, but yeah, I thought I did. It's sure taking its sweet little time, isn't it? Alright, so there we go. We got 4 ion thrusters. So far we have 3 force field emitters, and I think we're on our last one right now. What are we missing? Ender pearls, go figure. Alright, that's fine. Those are relatively easy to produce. Nice and easy. Alright, so this will pretty much finish us up with our armor. Oh, whoa. Actually made us a couple extra there. I don't think I really wanted that many. That's alright. Energy shield, max strength. And let's go ahead and actually install the clock and the compass. Top left, look at that. 5 a.m. in the morning, where's my coffee? I definitely would not mind having some coffee. Maybe we should make that up at some point. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. That'll work for me. Alright, let's get into our chest plate here. Let's install our jetpack. Alright, so how powerful is this thing going to be? Oh, that's not bad. It's actually relatively quick, too. It doesn't have as much upward thrust as I would want it to have. I kind of like the other nano chest plate for that, but you know what? That's fine. That'll be okay. Alright, so let's actually install the flight control as well. Y look ratio? What is that? Oh. Well, that's actually not bad. It's just the noise is a little annoying. Feels a little bit more like a faster creative. I like it. I just gotta be careful with my speed because of... a little bit more difficult to control, I feel like. Alright, so how do I turn this thing off? X, Z. Z takes me down, it looks like. Those are hats. Let's actually look in here. Flight control. What is that? Wait. I thought that thing told me there was a way, or a key. Oh, no, I got it. Okay, Z to go down. Okay, so I actually have to... Oops, I don't want that. I actually have to make my own key, so V is already taken. Alright, what about B? Trash that. And, alright, so there we go. Flight control off, because we don't want to hear that all the time. That's going to get annoying. But we do have a little bit of flying power already, and I am happy with this. That'll work. It's either that, or we could install the jump assist, and we could just jump everywhere. You know, either or. Alright, so we got magnet, active camouflage. I'll look at some of this stuff later on, but we got another control circuit. We need some more Eyes of Ender. So, let's see. Let's see, we got 2 blaze rod. We need 2 more blaze powder. Get rid of that. Put that there. And make up 4 Eyes of Ender. We should be able to make this little cooling system here. Perfect. Alright, so I don't know if that's going to help. Oh yeah, that definitely is helping us. Look at my heat meter on the side over there. Generally, it would have spiked up and started collecting more heat, but now it's actually staying... Oop! Take that back. Maybe I just wasn't flying fast enough. Well, it doesn't seem as bad as it was before, I'll definitely say that. Works for me. Alright, well, got our armor upgraded. I'll see about adding some more modules a bit later on. But I think it's time for us to go ahead and get started. Alright, so those are Thaumcraft chests. Put that away. Force field emitters. Wait, did I forget to install that on something? Ah, yeah, I didn't put it on this one. There we go. Now we got ourselves some armor. Alright, let's go ahead and put that one away. And let's get started moving some of this stuff. Alright. Yeah, we'll go ahead and pick it up first. Alright, so dense copper plates. I swear I just heard something up here. Was it you cows? Were you guys making that walking noise? You guys have me a little paranoid right now. Making me think there's an actual creeper about. Alright, so let's pick these guys up with our wrench. Whoops. Give me that back. I need that. Give me my iron pickaxe. There we go. Alright, so we're just gonna... well, lost the power on that. It's alright. We'll be making up some more soon now. I'm not gonna claim I know everything there is to know about nuclear reactors, because I really, really don't. I'm gonna be doing a lot of trial and error. In fact, I'm going to be showing you guys what I plan on doing, which is making a giant test chamber. Let's see. We're going to need a chest. I think I might actually just make this into an iron chest for now. For a little bit better transportation. Because I'm going to be using my force wrench with it. So let's plop that guy down there. We're going to put everything that we're going to need for our nuclear reactor in there. So, there we go. Quick sort that. Let's go ahead and pick these guys up. Alright, we'll do that a little bit easier. Like that. Perfect. Alright, now we still have things in our nuclear reactor already. The advanced heat vents we might be able to use, but some of these used coolant cells, I don't think I'll need those. We'll see. We'll just go ahead and put everything in here for the time being. There we go. Quick sort that, and we'll pick it up with our force wrench. Cool. Ah, feels good. Feels good to finally get that moved out. Alright, so there's actually some other things I want to get made up. One of them being reinforced glass and stone. I'm hoping this will protect us just in case the blast gets a little too crazy. So we're going to have to get our compressor set up. And we're going to have to make up some advanced alloys. So I wonder if I could set up that as a Yeah, let's do that real quick. Let's actually set this up in here with force ingots to make up the 4 mixed metal ingots. Whoops. Because I have the pattern in here for force ingots, which I use with 2 refined iron and 1 force gem. We actually have a good amount of force gems left in here, so why not utilize some of those? Alright, so what are those? Alloys? What was that called again? Mixed metal ingot. Alright, so let's like craft a stack of those. We should have everything to do that, right? Hold on, let me make sure. Like, I know I have the resources, but okay, 10 refined iron. Okay, I just make sure I didn't want to use up like copper or something. Yeah, that should be more than enough. So it's pretty much just making up the force ingots for this. And then we'll take these and we'll get that set up in a compressor very, very soon. Alright, so I actually plan on making our industrial craft 2 room right here. I was thinking actually about making this into my bedroom. But I decided against that because originally my plans were to make this, our lab, into our industrial craft 2 room and put our nuclear reactor underneath. But instead I went ahead and made this lab here, which, yeah, kind of took those plans out of the cabinet there. And so I decided to go ahead and move it down here, which still put my nuclear reactor pretty much underneath my lab. So I got a nice little room set out here now. The walls are cobblestone, but I am going to be replacing that, so don't worry. Alright, so that's the center right there. Just fine. We'll take our nuclear reactor, plop that down on top. We can pick up our chest, and we can move it. So now we got our nuclear reactor up in the air where we want it. Alright, so we might need some more high voltage cabling. Let's actually get this here. I think it was, yeah, this one. Perfect. Alright. Now, what else did I need? Oh, right. We actually need the nuclear chambers, or the reactor chambers here. So we're going to need machine blocks. So we need 3 of those. Then I believe our copper plates are in this chest here. Yep. Yeah, I made a few extra dense copper plates, but that's okay. Actually, no, I didn't. What am I talking about? I was looking at this. It said 3 reactor chambers. I was thinking I had to make another nuclear reactor, but no. We need 4 reactor chambers. So I did make the right amount. 2 stacks of copper. There we go. 4 reactor chambers. Alright, so we're going to set... Oh, actually, we needed 5. 6. Wait, what am I talking about? Wow. Okay, there we go. That's fine. So half a stack. So it'd be, what, 2.5 stacks worth of copper to make enough reactor chambers. Plus the refined iron, which we're going to need 2 more machine blocks. We're going to get those set up for us. And now we need a power source. We still have our old geothermal generator, which we'll just use for the time being. We'll come up here and just place that guy right there. And we'll grab ourselves a ender tank. Plop that down on top. Put that guy over. Now we'll start filling him up with some power. Let's grab our MFE. Our compressor, because we're going to need to get some stuff compressing. Yeah, no, I'm aware. Where's it at? Low voltage transformer. Don't worry, I got it. Do I need to step this down? Okay, I guess not. And then compressor. Powered up, ready to go. Alright, so this is just temporary, of course. Let's get the copper ingots going first. Overclockers would be nice. $10K coolant cells, copper cables, electronic circuits. Wouldn't be too bad to make up if I didn't need water. Could just put that in a liquid transposer, I guess. You know what? Why not? Let's actually do this real quick. Let's see, so we got the 10K coolant cells. We'll just jump through our portal here and we'll grab some tin. Make up a stack of empty cells. And actually, I think we got some water over here. I think that would probably be easier right there. Alright, let's make like what? 18 maybe? Should be enough to get us started. Alright, so if we jump in here, we should be able to just do this and encode that, because I'm going to make up the cells myself. So if I'm not mistaken, we just need some tin. Grab some of that, and then we surround the water cells with tin again. Uh-oh. Okay, so maybe we want to do that with the machine. Alright, fine with me. Clear that out. And actually, let me put that pattern in, because it's kind of jumping through a couple different ones. Encoded. Cool. Alright, so we'll put that guy right there. Let's put these back into the network, and we should be able to make a pattern for that. Oh, actually, we already got that. Okay, so overclocker, craft. Let's make up like 3. Can we do that? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. That should be more than enough to actually get us going with our compressor here. Get those set up in there. That'll be a little bit faster for us. And this guy is out of lava. Alright, that's fine. That should be more than enough lava and power to get us going for now. Alright, let's see. Let's set this up here. We'll go ahead and make ourselves up our last reactor chamber there. Wait, what? Seriously? Is my math that bad? Oh, man. That future Bentley guy is going to be on me like crazy. Alright, we need one more. Wait, how many plates do we get? So I need another half a stack then. Jeez. I'm just out of it today. Alright, another half a stack of copper. I really don't want to keep using my copper. As you can see, I got more tin than copper. I'd like to have a lot more copper than that. Yeah, that's alright. We'll live. We'll make it through it. Alright, we'll go ahead and convert those up. Let's put that away. Clean our inventory up a touch. Alright, so we're looking pretty good. So, from here, I think it's time for us to go ahead and, for one, we'll set up our extractor up here. We'll just lay him down over here for now. Just that way we can have him set up. We got our advanced alloys. Now, we might not get this guy on and running today, but that's okay. At least we'll have the room set up and ready to go for us. Alright, so he's still gaining power. These are still going. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I am going to want to make up some of these overclocked heat vents. So I'm going to need reactor heat vents and gold. And then we're going to need more dense copper plates. Oh, jeez. That's going to be crazy. Alright, well, I might have to get my quarry set up off camera again. We'll probably wind up doing that again in our Mistcraft world that we had. Alright, so we have our advanced alloys. Let's actually go ahead and make the reinforced glass and stone. So we're going to need... You know what? I was going to do the glass, but we'll do more stone first. So let's go ahead and get that ready to go. I think our minium stones about had it. So, you know what? Let's actually make another one of those up quickly. before we run out of stone. Shards of minium, inert stone, another minium stone. All right, now we're good to go. So now we can make up some more stone with some charcoal. Got plenty of that stuff. Go ahead and use up the rest of this minium stone. There it goes. Yeah, that should be enough for now. Alright, so advanced alloys in the center, surround that with stone, and that'll make us some reinforced stone. Alright, that'll be enough to get us started for now. So I'm going to line this entire place with reinforced stone. Just like this. Now, I'm not too sure if I want to go back another block behind that or not. I imagine I would want this at least 2 blocks thick of reinforced stone, just to be safe. Plus that looks kind of cool in here. I don't mind if it blows downward. Up, I would definitely need to reinforce because I got my lab above us. But going down I don't mind, because that's just going to blow a hole in the earth, which is cool with me. Alright, let's check on the rest of these guys. Got about 20 of them made up so far. Let's go ahead and pull that out. I think that's going to be more than enough from what we need, so we'll go and get some more copper ingots running. Alright guys, I apologize about that. My game crashed again, but that's okay. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and set up our next and last reactor chamber. So dense copper plates and machine block. There we go. Reactor chamber. I heard you, Fred. I heard you. Wait, where's your friend at? Is he coming around? I hear him. Alright, we're not going to be bothered by him right now. We need to get our final reactor chamber set up right there. So there we have it. There is our nuclear reactor. We got a lot of space in there to fill too. It's going to take a lot of resources. Oh man. Hopefully this will be worth it. So let's actually go ahead and pick this guy up. The guy's still gaining power. Alright, we'll go ahead and let that finish up the mixed metal ingots it was working on. And let's see, let's go ahead and we're probably going to want to make up some more reinforced stone. So let's do that real quick. That's a little bit cheaper than the glass, I think. Wait, what am I doing? There we go. Alright, so we're going to need some more stone. Go ahead and make that up real quick. We've got plenty of charcoal. Still getting made up from our awesome multi-farm. Thing is working like a charm. Alright, there we go. That should be fine for now. If I need some more glass, if I need glass, I'll make that up a bit later on. Alright, so all of this is just cobblestone on the sides. That's why I am using my wand of equal trade, and that's why it was cobblestone before. It's just so I could easily switch this out like so. So now we have reinforced stone around the edges. I think we might want to double this up at some point. So I'd like to do another block all the way around. And then I would need to figure out some type of door. I'm thinking the drawbridges might work. Do I have any? No, I don't have any drawbridges in there. Yep, there we go. I did make up some more, though. I just want to test something real quick. So I'm going to place that guy down. Let's just do that. Grab a lever. Alright, so, like, I'm hoping that... It still seems pretty quick, but that is with my power fist. What about with my iron pick? Alright, that seems a little bit better. Let's actually compare that to this. Okay, and then it seems exactly the same. So what I'm thinking is we might use our drawbridge here to actually set us up a door. It'll be like a reinforced door at that. I think that might be kind of cool. And that way, if our reactor does just so happen to blow, it'll also protect our industrial craft 2 room from being blown up as well. Which we wouldn't need a whole lot. We'd only need 3 drawbridges set up like right here. So let's move him out of the way. What is that, B? What do you mean flight control off? It was never on. I guess that bug is still here. Alright, so we're going to set that to... You know, just so I know what it is, I'm going to set it to cobblestone for now. I might change that later on. Alright, so that needs to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I believe we want 7 at least. But we'll go ahead and put 8 in there. That's more than what we need. And then we'll want to set that up onto... Where's that at? There we go. Onto that red net cable. That stuff seems to work the best for us. We'll just go ahead and move you for now. We're going to make ourselves a nice little area up here that we can work with. Alright, there we go. Alright, now where do I want to wire this to? I'm thinking like somewhere here, maybe where this torch is. Oh good, now I ain't gotta worry about my advanced nano chest plate anymore. I can just use my power fist. Yes, thank you. Alright, I'm not too sure where I'm going back here. Alright, let's see if we can't dig over and down. Oh, that was just nearly perfect. Alright, so we'll just run this guy over this way, down to here. Actually, I think we want to take that down one more. Yep, that'll work. And we should be able to access our network from, yep, there. Grab some more stone. I'm not sure if that's what I'm going to use in this room just yet, but that'll work for now. Place a lever there, and let's test to see if this actually works. Let's close that up there. Let's see how this looks. Oh yeah, that's going to be awesome. So we might actually set this up on a double thick wall here. So we'll do like another 3 drawbridges there. Cobble. Like I said, we're just going to use 8 for now. I know that's probably more than what we need. But that'll suffice for now. Alright, and then all we got to do is set that guy up onto some more red net cable. Whoops. Just do that. That'll make it a little bit easier. And then we close that off. And I'll figure out what kind of stairs I want to do here a little bit later on. We might actually move the stairs back to here. That way we have a tunnel here instead of stairs going down on the gate. But let's see how that looks. Yeah, that's going to work for me. Perfect. Alright, so geothermal generators drained. We got around 200,000 EU to work with before we get our nuclear reactor up and running. So we still got some more components to make up, but we got a nice start ready to go. And we're probably going to run our cables, our high voltage cable down from here. And we'll run that out into a different area maybe. I might do like a small room. I might clear it out underneath our IC2 room here. And we'll make like a giant power room full of like MFEs or MFSUs, and that's going to store all of our power for our IC2 stuff and possibly other things around the base. But guys, I think that's going to about do it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any helpful tips, tricks, or comments, feel free to put them in the comment section down below. And if you guys have any ideas for our nuclear reactor setup and possibly a good, a nice setup for the uranium and what we could use inside of that, feel free to let me know, because like I said, I'm not super amazing at this. I don't know like all the possibilities at all. I know there's almost endless possibilities, but if you guys want, help me out there. I'd appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, we'll see you guys then. Goodbye.